welcome to This Day. It is December 16th and a clear day out with actually some Santa Ana winds. I'll tell you about that in just a moment. On our show today, we have John Huntington, who's been with us before. He's with the Emeritus Institute, and he's actually their choral director, and he teaches music courses as well, but they've got an event coming up we'll let you know about. And then we have a couple guests from OC Hospice, as well as Jules Zalon will be here from Concerned Citizens, and we'll bring you a segment from RadNet. Now, as far as meetings go today, there is only one. GRF has their M&C meeting, not M&C, their Media and Communications Committee meeting. That will be in the boardroom at 1:30. So if you'd like to attend that, you certainly can. Now, let's get to the weather. And today we actually, like I said, we actually have Santa Ana winds going on. In fact, it was quite breezy at our house this morning. This is why everything is clear out today. Although they're cool winds, they are still there. And in some areas of Southern California, they're seeing gusts of about 30 miles an hour. Now, this is really the only day of this. As we move forward, pardon me, for the next few days, we'll start seeing increasing clouds a little bit tomorrow. It'll still be mostly sunny. Then Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday will be partly cloudy with scattered clouds out there. Now, rain at this point is out of the forecast. It's going to be staying north of us, and this happens sometimes when a high-pressure system develops down here. It pushes all that moisture northward. So really, we were supposed to get rain maybe Wednesday and Thursday. There will still be rain but it probably won't get much further than Ventura County. So I doubt it'll get down here at all. However, there is a little rain back in the forecast, but that is not till maybe Sunday overnight until Monday, if that happens. And even that, it doesn't look like much at all. So fairly cool weather and, partly cloudy for a few days anyway. Now, around the county today, everything is beautiful and clear. Make note, we get these offshore winds. Look at Palm Springs temperature and look at our beach temperature. Even though these are cool winds, it's a lot colder today out Palm Springs by, average of about 5 degrees or so than it is out here. So that happens typically when we get these offshore winds. So again, they're not going to be in this area. They're not going to be real strong. And pretty much they were overnight. Like I said this morning at our house, there were some things flying around outside, a tarp that I had and that kind of stuff. But it's pretty much subsided. We might get a little bit this afternoon. And then by this evening and overnight, it'll be pretty much gone. All right, we'll be back in just a moment. Hey, Laguna Woods, it's Ken.
And Lisa.
Did you miss an episode of This Day? Not to worry. Head over to youtube.com and search Village Television.
Here you can find each episode of This Day and other community programs such as Good Day OC, Discovering Laguna Woods, and much more.
Just click the red subscribe button, then click the bell to be emailed every time we upload a video.
Don't miss out.
And subscribe today.
Get out and live your life with the Buzz Around XL travel scooter from Golden. The Buzz Around is fun to drive with a tight indoor turning radius so you can go just about anywhere. It's also so easy to charge and offers all-day range so you can go further. The Buzz Around even has more leg and foot room for all-day driving comfort. Be safe with the XL's ultra-bright LED headlight. Plus, the Buzz Around XL can be easily taken apart into several lightweight pieces. See for yourself just how easy and affordable mobility freedom can be.
The best workout machine is one that will get you results fast and is one that you'll actually want to do. Introducing the Body Power Step Track, the affordable 2-in-1 alternative that puts you ahead of the curve. With the Curve Crank technology, it's designed to combine cardio and strength training into one machine. Step Track gives you 8 levels of magnetic resistance and is professional designed with high-intensity training workouts that take just 12 minutes a day. So what do you have to lose besides your excuses? Step up and get ahead of the curve.
We love to show people that our sight loss won't hold us back. Thanks to free classes at Braille Institute, we're returning to the things we love. We're connecting with the world using today's technology. And we're learning to get back in the game. Thanks to Braille Institute, it's about what we can do, not what we can't.
Get information about free programs available from Braille Institute Anaheim, or learn about our new center in South Orange County by calling 1-800-BRAILLE or visit brailleinstitute.org.
And I'd like to welcome back with us once again John Huntington. He is with the Saddleback College Emeritus Institute. He teaches music and he also oversees the chorale performances. It's great to have you back because you know, we were just talking how great a music program overall Saddleback College has, and of course that includes the Emeritus.
Yeah, but quite remarkable.
Yeah.
The music faculty at Saddleback College.
Yeah,
it rivals any music faculty you'll find anywhere in the country.
So tell us about, as far as being for Emeritus here, and I know that you teach the music classes and things like that, but the chorale ensemble, that's been going on for quite a while, hasn't it?
We just 2 years ago consolidated the Laguna Woods Village chorale with the Costa del Sol chorale. So now we're a 100-voice choir.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's a wonderful organization. Yeah, it's really exciting.
That must sound spectacular.
It actually does.
Yeah. Now, is it all made up from residents of both areas or people from outside these communities as well?
Yes, all three.
All three. Okay.
And anyone who wants to sign up for the classes is not by audition.
Right.
And that probably makes it even more remarkable how good a sound we're getting from them. So it's a wonderful opportunity for performance experience, learning to sing, learning a variety of musical forms. So it's
well, you have quite a background.
I've been around the block.
Yeah, I mean,
musically, theatrically.
You've been in New York, Washington, Utah, and you've done church music, folk, jazz, all kinds of things.
Yeah. My career started as an 8-year-old boy soprano in opera in Amal and the Night Visitors, and I sang that role for 10 years.
Wow.
Imagine
and then you aged out of it?
The social ramifications of that. I was still a soprano at age 18. But yeah, and then proceeded from there to college and beyond.
And since then, is primarily you've been teaching?
Well, no, primarily performing and both.
Okay.
You know, there's an old joke told about musicians. What's the difference between a musician and a 16-inch pizza?
What's that?
A 16-inch pizza can feed a family of 4. And I have 7 children, so.
Yeah. So you really have to divide that pizza up.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more in depth about the classes that you teach, and are you going to be teaching these? These are the spring semester. People can sign up right now. It starts in January, right? Yeah.
On campus, I teach the beginning and intermediate voice classes.
Okay.
And those are on Monday evenings.
And by you mean on campus, you mean at Saddleback?
At Saddleback College.
So you teach there as well as Emeritus?
Right. I'm part-time on campus. And then with the Emeritus program, I teach the Laguna Woods chorale. I mean, the Saddleback Emeritus chorale.
Right.
See, I'm still living in the past. And I teach on Tuesday afternoons a voice class. It's the same, basically the same material that I cover on campus with the younger students. And then with the Emeritus program, I teach a voice class on Tuesday afternoons.
Now, as far as these classes go, you said you don't have to audition for them.
No.
So anybody who decides, I want to learn to sing.
Yeah, the voice class, this semester, I have 80 people registered in a voice class.
Wow.
And they cover a broad spectrum of proficiency levels of proficiency, from the very most bare bones beginners who don't read music, doesn't matter. If you can, I believe in the old Zimbabwean proverb that says, if you can speak, you can sing. If you can walk, you can dance. And we help people discover that their speaking voice and their singing voice is the same instrument, and
that's,
they can learn how to
you
sing.
And Scott Farthing, we're talking about, have said the same thing.
Yeah.
You both follow the same mode, because I've said, back when I was in high school in plays, the director would say, okay, you and my friend just mouth the words, please don't sing.
Don't start with me. Don't start with me about high school music teachers.
But we had fun.
Sure.
But with 80, that's incredible. How do you, with all the different levels in there, How do you go about teaching that, where everybody
well,
is...
there's a good deal to learn about singing. It's really something like a chemistry class. On the first day of a chemistry class, the teacher doesn't send you into the lab to play around with the chemicals.
Right.
You're going to burn the place down.
Yeah.
But so the first several weeks is learning about vocal physiology and what the machinery of the instrument is,
Right.
so that you then can get up on your feet and start playing around, exercising, practicing, exploring the use of that machinery to produce music.
Yeah.
So there's a good deal of empirical knowledge to be gained. What the larynx is, learning the language of the voice,
Right.
So that we can then proceed from there to getting up on our feet and actually performing. The great thing about the emeritus classes is that they're not. You have neither deadlines nor grades.
Right.
So
right.
on campus, I can dangle a grade over their heads to
Yeah.
to get it. You know, they have to prepare for tests.
Yes, yeah.
And write some essays and things. In the emeritus voice class, we don't have them write essays, although they're free to do so if they wanted to really
Right.
learn and do some research. But there are no tests and no grades, so it's a much more comfortable
Yeah, I
learning
would think it
environment.
would
We're
be.
learning for the sake of learning instead
Yeah.
of learning to prove ourselves worthy of a grade.
Now, as far as the other class, the ensemble goes, again, if somebody, is there a suggestion that you need to sing to be able to have some sort of a voice, or it's sort of the same thing?
No.
Okay.
People are free to come and just sit and mouth it if you want to.
Yeah.
Although I don't think that we have anybody that's that crazy.
Yeah.
To just sit there. We have a great deal of participation, and it's we get a good sound.
Yeah,
We got a really good
that's from what I
Come
hear
and
you
hear
do.
us.
Now, speaking of that, you have something coming up tomorrow, December
Right.
17th at 7:30, and this will be at the Laguna Hills Community Center, right down Alicia Parkway and Paseo de Valencia. I think a lot of people know that. They often go and see other performances there with other groups, and
Right.
so it's a great location. But your chance to hear 100 member?
100
Wow.
singers. 100
That's
singers.
amazing.
And our wonderful young accompanist, pianist,
Yeah.
Andrew Van Vlier, is worth coming to listen to, even if we weren't there.
And is it primarily going to be holiday music?
It's mostly holiday music.
Okay.
Yeah, a couple of non-specifically holiday pieces that weave into the thematic
Okay.
sweep of the program.
How long does it take to prepare for this?
Well, we rehearse all semester.
Okay.
We only do one performance, so we're not a chorale that goes around and sings lots
All
of
right.
performances. That way we can really thoroughly prepare for our concerts.
Yeah.
So we devote all of our time to the 16 or 17 pieces on each of the concerts.
Okay.
So, yeah.
That is fantastic. So if people, by the way, you want to sign up for these classes, they begin in January, right? And you teach two as far as emeritus classes go?
Three.
Three, okay. I have two
I
here.
also teach an acting class.
Oh, you teach it out? Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So the ones for music are under the music.
The emeritus classes you'll find listed in the emeritus
Okay.
catalog. The on-campus class you'll find
Okay.
in the regular
All
campus
right.
catalog.
And so the one is Voice and Rhythms. That's going to be on Tuesdays.
Right.
2 to 3:50 p.m. And that will be at Clubhouse 3 Rehearsal Room,
Right.
Performing Arts Center. And then the other one, the ensemble, the chorale ensemble, will be Tuesdays at 10 in the morning to 11:50 in the morning. And that will be at the Church of Latter-day Saints on Los Alisos.
Right, it's just a mile away
Yeah.
from gate 2.
So if you want to do either one of those, check that out.
And then at Clubhouse 3 on Thursdays is what's called scene study
Okay.
class, but that's actually an acting class.
All right. Boy, you're a busy guy. Plus other classes at Saddleback.
Yeah.
Wow. Good for you. Great to have you back.
Thank you.
It's always a pleasure. So again, if you want to go to this wonderful performance by the Saddleback Emeritus Chorale Performance, that'll be tomorrow, and that's December 17th, 7:30 p.m. at Laguna Hills Community Center. Check it out. We'll be right back. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
At family-owned Capistrano Toyota, I've been teaching my staff for years that we always say yes to our customers.
Can you help me get financed?
Yes, we can help.
Will you walk my dog?
Yes.
Will you change our baby's diapers?
Yes, of course.
But they may be taking this yes thing a little bit too far. Come and see for yourself that at Capistrano Toyota, we always say yes to our customers.
Trust the experts at Universal Carpet for all your flooring needs. Now get 50% off pet stain resistant and hyperallergenic carpet, porcelain tile, wood, laminate, and waterproof flooring, and complete kitchen and bath remodels. Plus get 5 years 0% financing, including free installation and free furniture removal. Our convenient showrooms are just minutes away in Irvine and Huntington Beach, or call 866-402-2747 for our free in-home shopping service. Universal Carpet, the low price leader for over 20 years.
Welcome back. I'm Kiana Lee. Today we're talking to Dr. Chuck Lee of 7-Day Dental. Today's topic is teeth whitening. Doctor, what do we need to know about teeth whitening? Dad.
Oh, the whitening kit whitens teeth up to 5 shades in 10 minutes, and it's zero sensitivity.
Thank you, doctor. So come on in and get your 7-Day Dental smile.
Holiday season is near, and Diane's Hallmark is your one-stop shop for the special people in your life. We have beautiful, unique gifts and decorations, women's clothing, religious items, cards of course, and a wide selection of amazing, fun items you must see to believe. Come see why so many of your neighbors come to Diane's Hallmark for their holiday needs. Diane's Hallmark is close by in Laguna Niguel. Stop in to see our broad selection of year-round and seasonal gifts and cards.
I had been with another hospice for my husband, Ed. After about 2 months, I thought, they're not doing much for me. So I went to the computer and brought up the list of hospices, and there was OC. Their response was immediate. They did everything. They had all their ducks in the row, and that's what I was looking for. It was comforting till the very end. And then at the very end, the last 3 days, it was continuous care, and nobody ever left him.
And welcome back. Well, today we have a couple guests from OC Hospice, and I'd like to welcome Addie Lopez and Katie Wynn. They're both nurses with OC Hospice. Thank you for coming on today.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah.
Oh, pleasure.
Yes, it's great to have you folks here. So, first of all, tell us a little bit of background about, you can each talk about your background and how you made your way to OC Hospice. You're both nurses, right?
Yes.
And first, Addie, what about you?
Well, I'm a nurse practitioner for OC Hospice. And I first came to OC Hospice through my husband. My husband knows John, one of the owners of the company. And it's nice because all of our nurses know each other, and we get referrals from our community and from amongst each other. So we all kind of know each other. And my husband said, you should give this company a try. They're great. They are very patient-oriented, family-oriented. I think you would really enjoy working for them. So I worked part-time and eventually moved on to full-time because I just love the company so much, and the employees and everybody there and the patients are just awesome to work with.
Katie, what about you?
Well, I came to OC Hospice after I was actually working in a hospital setting.
Okay.
I took care of one of the patients who his wife was a volunteer with OC Hospice. So after he was discharged, she contacted me and said, I think you'll be a good fit with OC Hospice. And so I just came and met with Lynn, and I just fell in love with everybody in the office and thought that was my calling. And since then, I haven't looked back. It's been almost 5 years.
Wow. Yeah, good length of time. Addie, what does basically make OC Hospice different? What is their goal? A lot of times, people hear hospice and they think, well, is this people going to hospice is their final days? But it's a lot more than that, isn't it?
It is. One of the cool things that people don't realize is that hospice, although we do care for people at their end of life, it doesn't mean it's the end. A lot of our patients at OC Hospice live longer than 6 months, years sometimes, so they really become, even patients who've been with us for even months or whatever, become very close to us as family. So one thing that sets OC Hospice apart from other companies is that we're very family oriented. Patients feel part of our family and we become part of theirs. It's very community oriented. During the month of December, we have a toy drive for the kids in the community. We also visit patients who don't have family who live nearby or don't have family at all during the holidays. So our staff makes a special visit and brings them a gift. And then during Thanksgiving, we bring a special meal to our patients, to their home.
So Katie, is that the goal, to keep people in their homes, or do you folks have a place that they go to?
Well, the patient's choice is the most priority. So most of the time our patients do want to stay in their home. And we honor their wishes. So we do the best that we can. We provide the care in their home. And if it's needed, we could help them move to an appropriate place that are better suited for them. And we'll follow them. We'll take care of them wherever it is that they end up going.
All right, so if they go somewhere else, they're out of their home, they're still under your care?
Correct.
Okay.
Yes.
And that's, do you have a place of your own that they go to, or is it another, like a hospital or a community place that they will stay at?
We don't have a particular facility, and some hospices in other states have facilities. California hasn't really moved towards that direction yet.
I didn't realize
but
that.
we do help transferring, we help facilitate the move for the patient. So the patient's going from their home to a facility, or sometimes from a facility to a home. We help smoothen that transition. We help the family with the durable medical equipment, medications. We help facilitate and help it make it a smoother transition for them.
So oftentimes family and patient just know that they are not able to stay in the home. They just don't know where to go. So we work together with our social worker team. So we'll meet with the family, with the patient, and we'll explain what is the next step, whether to go to an assisted living, a skilled facility, boarding care. So we help them with resources and explain to them what is best suited for the patients.
So do you sort of work as their case manager? In other words, you handle all this and make sure that everything goes smoothly, and wherever they are, they get what they need.
Correct. The cool part about our team at OC Hospice is that we work as a team. It literally takes a village to help somebody out. So we have a social worker department that provides emotional support. It helps provide resources to the families. You have your medical personnel, your nurse, and your nursing assistant that helps with caring for the patient in their home. So not only do they get the medical aspect, they get a lot of other support groups and spiritual counselor as well.
And you'll work with their own private physician or whatever else?
If the physician agrees to work with us, then we work with their physician. And then we also have our medical director, which also overlooks in case their doctor doesn't want to.
So how does all this get started? If, obviously calling your number, but how do you get on board with them, and what do they need? Is this something that is covered by insurance, or how does that work?
Yes, so it is covered by Medicare and most insurances. Somebody would call our number. We have one of our liaisons go and talk to the family and evaluate. And then we can literally admit on the same day. So if somebody says we need help today, then we're available that day.
All right, very good. Now, how long have you been with it? You said 5 years?
Coming up to
Wow.
5 years, yes.
So it must be a great place to be with, and
well, it's
rewarding.
What makes OC Hospice different is, like Addie says, we are a family company. So oftentimes John and Lynn would refer to us that they're extended family members. So the close-knit, the close bond that we have is it holds us together. That's what keeps us going when we have difficult times together. So our management don't not only care about us, they want to make sure that we have, as nurses, have a balance of life and work. So for me, being mentally and physically healthy ensures that I will be my best when I'm around my patient. So I'll tell you a story. I train martial arts. It's a taekwondo at a school in Ladera called Nixa Martial Arts. And last year, our CEO, Lynn Kennedy, she actually came to one of our events. And, it was actually her day off. No, it was her birthday, actually.
Wow.
So to go out of your way to support the staff that way, it's amazing. It warms my heart. And so I feel supported. I feel like I belong. And so it encourages me to do my best.
Yeah, that's fantastic. How do you feel the same way?
I feel the same way.
How long have you been with them?
I've been with them for close to 4 years now.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. So both of you quite a long time.
Yeah, we are definitely committed to what we do. We love what we do, and that shows. As the minute you step into a home, they can feel the warmth, and they know that we care. Our families and our patients know that we care. We go above and beyond for our patients and families. That's why we have such great reviews on Yelp. And a lot of our referrals come from Yelp because families can't stop raving about us. And they're just so thankful that they got the care that they needed during such a difficult time.
Well, I thank you both for being here today. And if folks want to find out more information, just go to ochospice.com and they can give you information there. If this is something that maybe you know someone or a family member that you feel could benefit from these ladies, and of course all the staff can help you out there. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having us.
And we'll be right back.
Happy holidays.
Yes, you too.
I had been with another hospice for my husband, Ed. After about 2 months, I thought, they're not doing much for me. So I went to the computer and brought up the list of hospices, and there was OC. The response was immediate. They did everything. They had all their ducks in the row, and that's what I was looking for. It was comforting till the very end. And then at the very end, the last 3 days, it was continuous care, and nobody ever left him.
Envision, the eye doctor's #1 choice.
I have worked with the doctors at Envision for over 20 years. Their experience, state-of-the-art technology, and positive outcomes have earned them my trust in taking care of our mutual patients.
With clear vision, all things are possible. To schedule your appointment today, contact us at 866-599-2740.
Come to the world premiere of Oi, It's Christmas. Sing along with the Hallmark Holiday Band. Hear the stories behind some of your favorite holiday tunes. Only one performance, Sunday, December 15th at 2 p.m. Tickets are on sale now at the Performing Arts Center. $10 and $12 each. See you there.
Hello, Laguna Woods. I would like to invite you to watch our new television show called Inspiration for Today. It's on every weekday morning right here on Channel 6 at 7:30 a.m. Saddleback Church of Laguna Woods hopes to start your day with encouraging stories, inspirational music, and lots of laughs, too. Remember, Saddleback Church meets weekly in Clubhouse 5 at 9 and 11. We would love to serve you a free breakfast and have you join with us for worship.
Welcome back. Well, coming up on January 7th at Clubhouse 7, Concerned Citizens will be having their meeting, and we have a guest from that club today, Jules Zalon, and welcome. And the first question I have to ask, because I didn't see it on the notes that you sent me, is what time is the meeting?
The meeting is at 7 o'clock.
Okay.
Clubhouse 7.
So 777, January 7th?
777, yes.
Okay, very good. I wanted to make sure I asked that because I didn't see that information here. So, tell us about the guests that you're going to be having, the guest speaker.
Our guest is going to be Vic Feazell, who is the former young criminal district attorney of McLennan County, Texas. He's the young fellow who blew the top off the hoax of the legendary Texas Rangers to have captured the greatest serial killer in history, Henry Lee Lucas, who claimed ultimately to have killed 600 people. Vic himself is a featured role on the recent, just released Netflix documentary, The Confession Killers.
Okay.
His story is something that's really, it's a great morality play. It's a story about really what happens when people in really great positions of power who think they're untouchable are suddenly embarrassed.
So when did this take place?
This took place all in and around Waco, Texas in the mid-1980s.
Okay, all right.
Henry had been, Vic himself was a brand new, very young criminal district attorney. He gets a telephone call from the Texas Rangers and they say, we have 3 confessions from Henry Lee Lucas, and we can bring him down and you can get some free publicity. And he says, hey, this is really terrific.
Yeah.
But didn't exactly go the way they expected. They offered him these confessions. They sent Vic down the information. Henry Lee Lucas is a really strange character. He was a drifter who was picked up on a weapons charge, thrown into jail by a sheriff in Montague County, Texas, called Hound Dog Conway. And the guy decided to, pin a murder rap on him. So he threw him into an unheated jail cell. He tortured him. He starved him. And eventually, Henry confessed to two murders, an old lady and somebody called Orange Socks, whose naked body was found in a culvert off of I-35 in Texas.
Okay.
And she was only wearing orange socks.
Oh, okay.
Well, apparently thinking his goose was cooked, Henry suddenly blurts out, well, what about the other 100 people I killed? And you could see on this documentary, because this is recorded, the judge goes, whoa, like that. And they immediately bundled him off to Georgetown, which is the headquarters of the Texas Rangers. And they create this Henry Lee Lucas task force. But it's like no task force you've ever seen. It was really more like a clearinghouse. They advertised to police departments all over the country that if you have any unsolved murders, get a hold of us and we'll ask Henry.
Yeah.
And police departments came, they lined up almost out the door like you're lining up for a good movie.
And so this guy confessed to all these?
He confessed to all of them, and the procedure was the same. Yeah. They would come in and they would show him the records and they would show him all the record, whatever they had.
Yeah, yeah.
And then they turn on the recorder and he would regurgitate it all back. The problem was Vic was about to indict somebody else for one of the murders.
Oh, okay.
And so he became suspicious, and he bench warranted Henry to Waco, and he started an investigation. And he sends his top investigator, a guy named Goldberg, down to the basement where they're holding Henry. And Goldberg goes over to me and he says, hey, Henry, it says here that, you're in Montague County this day. We know you're in Jacksonville because we have your employment records and you cashed a check that day. And we have, right? And he kept going on like this. He says, Henry, what's going on? And the dim-witted guy is just sort of a little gap-toothed smile, and he says, I'm wondering whether someone was going to get wise. And he starts to sing.
So he was just making all this up
he
for
had
himself.
Made it, well,
Why would he do it?
he did it because, you know, he only had an 85 or 86 IQ, but he was no dope. And he knew he was, you know, he was facing, you know, the death chamber.
Yeah.
Because this is Texas.
Right.
You get convicted of capital murder, you're going to die.
Yeah.
And he figured out a way of at least pushing, staving it off by confessing.
Huh. Basically confessing to so many different cases, it would have gone
He
on and on
just
and on
kept
for
him
years.
going. What they did was, listen, they treated this guy. They treated this guy royally.
Yeah.
He had a carpeted jail cell.
Wow.
His cell wasn't locked. He had the run of the place. He had a colored television set. Every time he confessed, they gave him a strawberry milkshake and a cheeseburger. he was living a, you know.
So the guest speaker you're going to be having, Vic Feazell. Now, he was the one who finally figured out, wait a second, this just doesn't sound right to me.
Oh, absolutely. And let me tell you, the Texas Rangers did not like it. The guy who was in charge of the Texas Rangers at the time, a guy named Jim Adams, had been #2 at the FBI. Just around the time that the FBI was facing this horrible scandal because it turns out that they had committed hundreds of illegal break-ins. They had taped a bunch of illegally tapped phones. Martin Luther King, LBJ. That's the reason why J. Edgar Hoover was untouchable.
Yeah.
He knew everything about everybody.
Yes. So Vic is going to talk about all this time, and did you say? I think he's part of the. Was it the Netflix special? Did you say?
He's on the next thing. He's featured on the Netflix special.
Okay.
But
so people can look for it there.
Yeah, it's really a terrific story.
Yeah,
I mean,
sounds like it.
What Adams did to Feazell was really quite remarkable. Suddenly there was basically he said, "Give us back Henry and get rid of your own investigation, or we're going to get you." And Vic didn't, and he did. I mean, they blanketed Waco with all kinds of disreputable, disparaging flyers that were on everybody's car. They tapped his phone. They stole his garbage. They killed his dog.
Gee.
They eventually had an investigative hit job, an 11-segment hit job of an investigative report by a guy named Charles Duncan from WFAA, and it happened just before his reelection. He was still reelected.
Yeah.
He won acquittal and ultimately a $58 million defamation judgment against FAA. That's the largest one in history, even today, 30 some odd years later. But
all right.
It's a terrific story.
Yeah. Because
what it really shows is people that have power and no real control, or if you don't have the ability to hold these people back, they can get away with. Listen, we have problems. We have a similar problem here. I mean, not mean, but a problem in Laguna Woods. Somebody was just recently convicted in absentia without even notice.
Yeah, well, we don't want to get into that right now. So,
you know about that.
So I do want to remind people that, again, very easy, 777. January 7th at Clubhouse 7 at 7 o'clock. Anyone can show up?
Anyone can show up, and there's going to be a lot of people there because it's he's got quite a hell of a story to tell.
All right, very good. Good to see you, Jules, and we'll be back.
Okay.
Under the RadNet umbrella, prostate imaging is one of our most important men's health initiatives. We have an exclusive team of prostate-dedicated radiologists that read thousands of images from all around the globe. These radiologists are utilizing advanced technologies such as prostate MRI, which offers some of the most detailed visual representations of the prostate gland. When it comes to men's health issues, listen to your body and take a proactive approach. Talk to your doctor, begin screening, and take charge of your health.
Thank you for joining us. Today I have Dr. John Cruz, who's going to talk to me about artificial intelligence in RadNet. Well, it sounds like such a futuristic thing, but it's really happening.
Well, it's really not futuristic at all. Actually, artificial intelligence is basically using the computers to do functions that we've generally thought were things that the human mind would do.
Mm-hmm.
And it's been in radiology for many years. In fact, one of the first areas that AI was really used in radiology was the creation of the CT scanner.
Okay.
With a CT scanner, you basically put x-rays through the body, but you put them in different directions, and a human being cannot interpret that data. It has to go through a computer, which uses that data to create cross-sectional images in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And so that was really one of the first major breakthroughs of AI in radiology, but nobody called it AI at that time.
Right.
And right now, and the term AI really comes out of the computational world, where people have tried to replace a lot of human intelligence, basically using models in a computer that mimic the way we know nerves function in the human brain. And that's why people started using the term artificial intelligence, because there's a way to create a model of the human brain action, but in a computer.
Okay.
RadNet is using this in a number of different ways right now. The hottest topic most people are interested in is taking images that a human normally looks at and makes a diagnosis or interprets, and having a computer look at that image information and make a similar diagnosis.
Okay.
That may be a very important area of AI in the future, but it's actually only a small area where we're currently using AI right now.
Okay. All right.
Other areas where we're using AI right now is to help in patient billing, to make patient billing much more accurate. Right now, because of all the different insurance companies, all the different models out there, it's very hard for both RadNet and the patients to know what their actual costs are going to be at the time they come in for imaging. And that's uncomfortable for both the patient and for RadNet.
Right.
And so right now we're using AI algorithms to give the patient an accurate estimate of what their bill is going to be at the time that they present. And that's good for both sides.
That's
and then there are less surprises coming down the road.
Exactly.
And so we've currently worked with a group out of Massachusetts General Hospital, where we have a joint venture, and they've developed the algorithms to let us be more accurate in that area.
Okay.
Other areas where AI is being used right now are by the MRI companies, because there we have to take very complex data that has to do with magnetic interactions inside human cells and create an image out of those. And it looks like we can significantly shorten the amount of time a patient has to be in the MRI scanner by using artificial intelligence to let us reconstruct images inside the human body with a lot less data than we've needed in the past.
Oh, that's great.
And give us better images at a faster time period. So that's also, and all the manufacturers of MRI equipment are actively involved in researching those techniques.
And that's available today?
That is just becoming available today.
Okay, that's
right.
great. Does that change your costs as a company?
Where it may affect RadNet as a company is it may allow us to do more patients in less time on a given scanner, and therefore have the average cost to us of a scan be less.
Excellent. Excellent. And then how can a patient benefit from having these advances? Obviously, less time, maybe less fear.
There are a lot of different ways where patients will benefit from these, and it's only starting right now. One is it may substantially decrease the amount of time they have to lie in the scanner, which for a lot of people is very uncomfortable to be in that scanner. There's other artificial intelligence to make sure that when you're in the scanner, we get all the information we need. Occasionally now we don't get all the information. The patients have to come back and be rescanned, but artificial intelligence may monitor the data acquisition in real time so that patients don't have to come back.
That's great.
And then there are several ways where artificial intelligence almost certainly will allow us to get more information out of the images, which would benefit the patients and their physician. One is quantitative information, especially in musculoskeletal imaging, may be very important. If they partially remove one of your menisci in their knee, we would really like to know how much of the meniscus is left in place, because that has to tell us a lot about the prognosis of how that joint is going to do in the future. And there are a lot of other areas where quantitative information will be very valuable. Right now, for humans, it's virtually impossible for us to do that. It's extremely time-consuming and not very accurate. But computers are currently being programmed to do that with artificial intelligence to be able to do it instantaneously, much more accurately with humans. So there's a lot more information that can be useful to the patient that we will be able to get out of the same images in the future due to artificial intelligence.
That's excellent. That's excellent. And then how will artificial intelligence change how doctors are practicing the medicine?
Well, it's going to be a profound change for all doctors. Right now, the amount of data that's in the medical system on patients is astronomically large. So large that individual doctors really can't evaluate it all accurately. So a lot of the data that we have, a lot of lab information, imaging information, isn't really efficiently used in patient management because there's just too much of it to use.
Right.
And there are a number of artificial intelligence algorithms right now that can take that huge amount of data, distill it down much more effectively than humans so that all that information can be used in patient management.
Will doctors have to be trained on how to use it, or will it be automatic?
Doctors will have to be trained, but it'll be an ongoing kind of training. It'll never end. As more and more artificial intelligence is developed, it will be gradually implemented into practice. It's like a lot of people, when you initially had cell phones, it was very easy, and then you got smartphones. And right now, if you want to do something on your smartphone, no one is really trained most people how to use an iPhone, but a lot of people are very sophisticated at getting information out of it because they use it on a daily basis.
Exactly.
So a lot of the physician training in AI is going to be and what drives much of what you do on an iPhone is artificial intelligence that's built into the iPhone. That same sort of use of artificial intelligence that most people are used to in a smartphone are going to be throughout medicine, and doctors are going to learn it as they go, most of the time without official training, but with ongoing use and understanding.
And is RadNet currently rolling this out, or is it something that's going to be happening here in the next weeks, months?
New artificial intelligence that people are really interested in right now has not been rolled out yet.
Okay.
We are currently in the planning stages for a number of different ways to do it, and we're testing some of them, but we actually haven't rolled it out into our general practice of medicine yet.
Okay, well, something to look forward to. It sounds very exciting.
Right.
Thank you. Thank you very much for your time.
Certainly, Lisa. Thank you.
And if you'd like more information about what we've just discussed, please visit radnet.com.
Do you hear but not understand? I have good news for you. A proprietary system for verifying hearing correction, verified best speech clarity, is now available through the All-American Hearing Network. This means hearing improvement can now be verified and documented. Your individual hearing correction is guaranteed in writing. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot. Try AMP, The world's smallest hearing aid at an unbelievably small price, just $750. It's ready to go in one visit, comfortable to wear, and virtually invisible when worn. Yes, you can now have verified best speech clarity. Hear every word. Call today to reserve your complimentary private consultation and experience word clarity dialed back into focus on the spot, risk-free.
Maxi Comfort from Golden is the most comfortable lift recliner in the world. Its patented technology glides smoothly into a variety of positions not found on most recliners. Everyone loves the programmable auto drive control. You can lift and recline, watch TV or sleep, and enjoy the feeling of weightlessness in zero gravity. Made by American workers and backed by the industry's best warranties. Feel relaxed in a Maxi Comfort lift recliner. Contact your local Golden retailer today.
The best workout machine is one that will get you results fast and is one that you'll actually want to do. Introducing the Body Power Step Track, the affordable 2-in-1 alternative that puts you ahead of the curve. With the Curve Crank technology, it's designed to combine cardio and strength training into one machine. Step Track gives you 8 levels of magnetic resistance and is professional designed with high-intensity training workouts that take just 12 minutes a day. So what do you have to lose besides your excuses? Step up and get ahead of the curve.
Well, coming up today, our movie is called Angel Has Fallen. This is part of a trilogy. This is the third movie in this, and it's after the events of the previous film. Secret Service agent Mike Banning finds himself framed for an assassination attempt on the president. Now he's pursued by his own agency and the FBI. Banning races to clear his name and uncover the real terrorist threat which has set the sights on Air Force One. Now, I haven't seen these 3 movies, but this is supposed to be quite an action thriller, kind of in the vein of James Bond in a sense. Gerard Butler, he is the main character, as you see him right there. Morgan Freeman, I think plays the president, I believe. I think he plays the president. Frederick Schmidt and Danny Houston in good cast and really an action-packed movie. And that will be today at 2 o'clock and at 6 o'clock. Now, our movie on Friday, December 20th, is Dolly Parton's Christmas of Many Colors. And this kind of follows a couple other movies she did, Coat of Many Colors, and I think this is kind of the third movie. Came out a few years back and takes place back in 1955, Tennessee. And basically, the part of the young girl is playing the part of Dolly Parton as a young girl in an unexpected blizzard that threatens the Parton family, while at the same time, Dolly's father and his kids make sacrifices to raise enough money to finally buy his wife the wedding ring he could never afford to give her. Meanwhile, an important person in little Dolly's life begins to see that her amazing voice and a musical gift might just be made for something bigger than rural life. So, good movie. And Dolly, I think, does make an appearance in this movie. Jennifer Nettles is in this, who's a country singer. Really good movie, and I think you will enjoy this. And a lot of these tales are based on her life. And when we were back in Dollywood, not this year, but the year before, her cabin is there, and that she grew up in, which is not much bigger than our studio. And they forget how many kids they had, but you kind of learn about her life. And a lot of these tales are pretty much based on truth. So there you go. That'll be Friday, 2 o'clock and at 7 o'clock. Now, a couple of events I want to remind you about that are coming up tomorrow. Laguna Woods Christian Women's Connection will be having their Christmas caroling buffet lunch. You're all invited to attend. It's at 11:45 over at Clubhouse 7. They'll have a featured guest singer and that will sing Christmas carols, and you can join along, and also a guest speaker. And if you would like to go, it's $14 per person. That includes the buffet and just having a great time. So here's a number to call. Although they did tell me the other day it's okay to have walk-ins, they prefer that you call in advance. That way they can plan for how many people are there specifically for the food. And if you give them a call Darlene Carpenter at 949-583-15 991. And that is tomorrow again, Clubhouse 7 at 11:45 a.m. Now, another Christmas event, the India Club is having their Welcoming Christmas, and this will take place at 5:30 to 9:30 p.m. on December 19th over at the Performing Arts Center in Dining Room 2, and they are going to have food, and they're going to have singing by the Sunshine Performance Club. They're going to have a raffle, and they're also going to have a sort of a travel log by Nino Mohan, who travels to India quite often, and he's going to show places that maybe you haven't heard about before. You've all heard of the kind of the main areas to go into India, but he often shows other wondrous areas. So this is only $10 for members or $15 for guests. Now, they were on the other day, and at that point, they only had about 15, 16 spots left. So call them, because they have a limited number of people that will fit, and find out if it's still available. But as of the other day, it was. So please call 949-217-1950. That's Cash Acrocar's number, and he can let you know if there's space still available for that. One more thing before I get to the weather. Coming up, New Year's on December 31st, over at the Performing Arts Center will be a presentation, the Ricky Nelson Remembered, featuring the Nelson Sons. They'll be singing Ricky Nelson's songs, along with probably some of their own that they had a few years back. Tickets are on sale for $25, $30, and $45. The $45 tickets are VIP tickets, which includes, I think, kind of a cocktail party and behind stage, and you get to meet them. Call Recreation to see what tickets are still available at 597-4288, or just stop by the Performing Arts Center, and you can get your tickets there and find out more information. Now, the weather, beautiful day today. As I said, we have a little bit of those offshore winds. I think they pretty much subside. We had them overnight. We might get a little bit of breeziness this afternoon, but then it'll kind of go away. And then the next few days, we're going to start to see some clouds coming in, so it will be partly cloudy for the next several days afterwards. The rain has been taken out of the forecast for Southern California. There is a possibility of maybe rain next week, Sunday to Monday. We'll see about that, but all the rain that was supposed to come in this week, it will happen, but just not for here. It's going to stay to the north, probably north of Ventura, and Central California, Northern California will get a decent amount of rain coming up this week, but not for us. Around Orange County today, fairly nice weather, not too bad at all. And as I said, when you get these Santa Ana winds, look at Palm Springs at 62, and the beaches 66. So even in the wintertime, when there's cool winds out there, Palm Springs is often colder than it is out here. And Big Bear, their high is about 35, and nice and clear up there, though. All right, we will see you tomorrow. You have a really great day. Take care. Bye-bye.